Good morning, so my name is Valentine, the creator of Live to My Team Bodybuilding.com history. In this video, I want to make this video because and just speak upon basically just being lactose intolerant and just basically going through something. So this is not really a scientific video, it's just getting straight to the point. So you can see we're looking a bit rough. Look at that. So wearing a hat to kind of conceal the deal. So basically, long story short, I ordered a new card about a week ago. So I called them to say my card because I was in the gym training, and I had my card. I always have my card in my shorts with me when I'm training. And at the end of my session, I couldn't basically find my gym card, my bank card. Either someone took it or someone stole it. There's only two options. I went back after my training to see if anyone had it. Basically, no one had it. The staff said no one had reported it in, which means obviously someone's taken it. Cancelled the card instantly about a week ago. They said my new card's coming within 2 to 3 days. My card hasn't come. So basically thinking, what the hell has this got to do with this video? So obviously now everything is contactless, which means you use your card for everything. When you get on the bus, when you're buying things, I use my card for everything. And I've only got one card I use for everything. So because it's cancelled, what happens when they cancel it, they block the card, the previous card, so no one can use the previous card. So I can't use it on my online banking, I can't buy stuff online because that previous card is blocked unless I go into a bank store and get money out via the bank, if that makes sense, with ID, etc. And I don't live near a bank at the moment. It's been a week and it's been annoying because I need my card for everything and I'm not being able to do meal prep shopping. I'm not being able to just buy things on the go, like things for my breakfast. Like if things run out, for example, my lactose-free milk, I can go buy lactose-free milk, eggs, stuff like that. It's been quite a hard week for me because my bank card is not here, and it's been a week. And I went to the letterbox to check my door, etc. And there's nothing there. It's been a week. It's ridiculous. This bank system needs to fix up. Because when your money is due, for example, they take the payment instantly. When you want to get a refund, you have to wait for like 5-6 days for your damn refund to clear into your account. Please make it make sense. Anyway, so I'm going to risk it. I'm going to risk it. We live once. I am going to risk it. Breakfast. Usual high protein granola. I had the second time. So usually I have it with milk. I've been waiting for my card so I can get my lactose-free milk. But I don't have my lactose-free milk, so I'm gonna risk it for once because yeah, I don't have lactose-free. I want to have a normal breakfast. I've been having tuna sweet called pasta for the last week because my card has not come. And I want a normal breakfast. So I'm gonna risk it and I'm gonna have milk that's got lactose in it, and I'm gonna see how I respond. So I'm gonna record this live and see how I respond, drinking milk. I've not had probably normal whole milk with lactose in years. So I'm gonna see how my body responds to it. It's not an experiment, I just wanna see how it responds. So yeah, let's freaking eat. Again, can we just say Team Bodybuilding.com? Okay, so it's been years. Let's freaking pour. 300 milliliters, I don't care. If he dies, what I always say if I squat, if he dies, he dies. Okay. Growing up in an African household as well, you feel like you're immune to all of these kind of stuff. So when I used to have all these pains, etc., I used to ignore it many times. Thinking, oh, I'm not lactose intolerant. That's a British thing. I'm not lactose intolerant. But as I got older, it got more severe. When I even had spicy foods, it used to cramp up so bad. Sometimes I'd be in bed to the point where, okay, I had to say, you know what? Go to the GP, go to doctors and find out what's going on. And then they diagnosed me with irritable bowel syndrome. My sister, for example, or anyone in my family could have the same thing I have, but I will be in the toilet all day. I'll have 5, 4, 3. Whatever visits to the toilet because my body responds differently. So I keep saying to people, everybody's body is different. How you respond to things is going to be different to how they respond to things. I'm not gonna lie, the milk tastes much more sweeter. I'm not used to this milk. It tastes much more, like it's very sweet. So now I'm gonna mix chocolate in. So yeah, let's go.
Perhaps because they were using drugs to what you my mom charged with? That's not what I'm saying. Tell me what the hell this is. I could have easily taken this to the police if I wanted to hurt you or her. Instead, here I am giving it to you. What?
Oh man, my stomach's actually starting to hurt. Guys, I want to say one thing real quickly as well. Hydrate yourself. You always have to hydrate yourself because I know my mouth's all messy. Water is life. Make sure you hydrate yourself every day. If you're not having at least 2 liters of water, which you consume into your system. Why? Helps bodily functions, helps you, concentrate, helps your heart, helps your function, like your liver, everything. We all know why you must be taking water. So I always have water on to hand, and this water is very great as well. It's not a sponsored post, it's just as you're saying. Like obviously you can see 6 p.m, 7 p.m, 8 p.m, you can tell how much water you're drinking in a specific amount of time. So I always recommend you to be drinking enough water if you're not drinking enough water during the day. So yeah, my stomach's literally starting to hurt. Like it's full of the cramps here. I've not had milk in like 2 years, so me having whole proper milk feels a bit weird.
Laughing cow.
But we move regardless. Let's freaking swipe! Oh, sorry, what? Yeah, sorry.
For me, it's put on the table, put it on the couch, John.
Alright, so a few hours later, how did I respond to this crazy, taking lactose during a short space of time? So the first 3 hours, everything was normal. Of course, I've not had it in some time. It's going through my system, boom, boom, boom. The 4th hour hits, I run straight to the bathroom. Why? Because obviously it's taking effect. Let's break this down. What is lactose intolerance? Lact is basically, think the word lact, L-A-C-T, is Latin for milk. And then os is basically suffix from the top of my head. I think suffix for sugars, basically milk sugars. So lactose is basically a type of sugar that the body's just not able to digest as everybody else. So let's just put this as, for example, a normal person. Lactase is responsible for lactose intolerance. You're thinking, huh? What? Huh? Yes, not lactose, lactase. So that's produced in the small intestine. And say you, a normal person who's not lactose intolerant, you have your lactase, you have some foods, for example, lactose intolerant. Obviously, the lactase is produced in the small intestine, so you consume it, for example, and a normal person will be, produced, digested, and taken into the bloodstream through the intestinal lining. This is when your lactase levels are moderate. You can even have low lactase levels and still not be lactose intolerant. Someone like myself, who is lactose intolerant, will have very low lactase level, extremely low. So when this is extremely low, the food will be pushed the complete opposite way. I'm not sure if anybody remembers that Simpsons episode when, I think, is it Homer and Bart are on the boat? So I'm not sure, I don't remember, it's a long time ago. And they're, paddling the boat, and then they're going, it's like windy, and they're going through 2 ways. And the boat can either go through the heaven way, the good way, or the bad way. And then I think that Homer says go through the bad way or something like that. But they try and go through the good way at the last minute and they just turn towards the bad way.
Which way should we go?
So that's the same thing with the lactase. When you have too low levels of lactase, as the lactose that you just had is pushed through the body, instead of going through the bloodstream to be absorbed as nutrients and energy, etc., it's pushed the complete opposite way. So the lactose is basically pushed into the colon area, and it's basically body's basically panicking. So the undigested food meets the colon and the body, it reacts. So symptoms are diarrhea, gas, like quite a substantial amount of gas, vomiting and nausea. I never get vomiting and nausea, and bloating. So I get a lot of bloating, I get a lot of gas, and I get a lot of cramps and stomach pains. So this is literally the breakdown of lactose intolerance and what actually happened to me. So 4 hours later, I literally went straight to the toilet, sat down. It's quite crazy because I knew something was wrong, because when you sit on the toilet and you have lactose intolerant, you're gassy, you're bloated, but it's one thing, nothing ever comes out sometimes. So you're sitting on the toilet for quite some time in substantial amount of pain, which makes sense because the body, like I said, the body can't, respond to the sudden levels of lactose in the body, and it's undigested food, so the body doesn't know what to do with it. So you have a bit of diarrhea, then it stops, and you're sitting in the toilet, but you feel like it's not fully empty. So I came out of the bathroom. Within like 20 minutes later, or even less than that, I felt like I need to use the toilet again. And I'm gassing now. And the gas stunk. Like, it stinks. Like, if you know when it's obviously your intestines, when you have something that your body can't digest properly, even you have protein shakes sometimes it is mixed, with your gut and the bacteria, the good bacteria, everything's all mixed together, it can produce quite a foul smell. So imagine being lactose intolerant. So I went back to the bathroom again. I think this was like the third or the fourth time, and then yes, it really literally hit me. Yes, your body can't take lactose. Same thing again, diarrhea again. Then it's like, okay, like you feel like you're not fully empty. Like it's like, you don't feel empty. So you just sit there for a while. You're in pain. You're bloating. Like you just ask yourself, why did you try and do this thing when you know you're lactose intolerant? But let me just break this further down. After I think like an hour or so, it did subside. But I did feel a bit just gassy here and there during the rest of the day. And this is something I always tell people. I never like to limit certain foods out of my diet. So, oh yes, I'm lactose intolerant. I can put my hand and say, yes, I am lactose intolerant. But I'm not going to restrict certain foods. The aim is to have things in small, moderate amounts. It's proven, yes, if you have things in small, moderate amounts, you can kind of almost get away with it by not responding too much. I had 300 milliliters of milk, I remember, just over 300 milliliters of milk. So of course, that's going to put a substantial effects on my body, especially when you're lactose intolerant. And it's funny because as a kid, I could digest lactose, I can have spicy foods as well, I can have milk, etc. As you get older, the body just changes, and it's not fully understood scientifically why this happens, but your body just, it just attacks and says, no, I can't respond to this anymore. So things in small amounts shouldn't affect someone as bad, because I only had 300 milliliters. Yes, I was gassy, bloated, etc., but I think it was doable. But doable in a way where it wasn't as bad as my usual lactose intolerant symptoms are. So things in small amounts, small and moderate amounts will wouldn't be as bad. I always tell people, have things in small and moderate amounts. Don't let anything control life unless it's life-threatening. And of course, you're gonna take the lactose out. So that's literally my personal experience, going back and taking milk after years. My body still says no, and I understand that. I move on from it. And that's what you need to understand. A lot of people don't understand how their body functions, how their body works, how their body manipulates certain stuff like glycogen, etc. You need to understand your body and need to know how you're gonna scale. If you're a lactose intolerant sufferer, I understand, but remember, it's the lactase you're having you're not having enough lactase in the system, so the body can't respond to that, and it's literally that simple. So yeah, let's continue to go out there, let's continue to live. Let's continue to live to make history. Why? Because you and we honestly have one space in time. Speak for me. Speak for me. We have one life. Let's go crush.
I play for Hornets when I'm performing, never boring. Now you can't afford it. Champagne Perrier, vintage frames on my face.